Alandir? Arandir. I didn't write his bloody name down again, did I? Heya, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be watching and reacting to The Rings of Power Episode 5. Okay, so I have literally just finished watching the 4th episode. I wasn't going to watch another one today, but I think I've probably just about got time, so I am going to just go ahead and do it anyway, and I might have to be late. So just to do a very quick recap, because obviously I went over it at the end of the last episode. So we found out why Numenor is basically against the elves, and it turns out that apparently there's an orb there which can predict possible future outcomes, and one of those is a massive tidal wave just basically wiping out the entire island. And apparently one of the signs that that's about to happen is an elf arriving in Numenor. So you can understand why the Queen Regent is a little bit edgy, about Galadriel having shown up there. In the last episode, Galadriel spoke to the Queen Regent and it got a bit heated and she got thrown into the prison. But then Queen Regent decided that actually Numenor is going to stand with the elves and they are going to fight against Sauron. So Galadriel and the Queen Regent, who I believe is called Miriel, they are heading back to Middle-earth, and I believe they're taking an army with them, or at least they're kind of gathering people from Numenor who want to basically help, and they're going to take them sort of back to Middle-earth. So that's really good. We saw Bronwyn's son. He was obviously carrying what I was calling the stake. But it turns out it's actually a sword hilt, because if it gets enough power, like a blade comes out of it, and it looks like the orcs are looking for that, so that's obviously a bit troublesome. And one of the villagers, like from Bronwyn's village, who, they've all gone to the watchtower, one of them actually seems to be loyal to Sauron as well, so that's a little bit concerning. He knows that Bronwyn's son has got this hilt and tried to get it off him, so I'm not quite sure where that's going to go. But the elf that was captured by Sauron and the orcs is now with Bronwyn, which is brilliant. He was sent there to basically take a message from Sauron, which he's now delivered, and presumably he's going to stay with them and maybe help them fight. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we saw Elrond. He was with the dwarves. Basically, the dwarves were hiding the fact that they just found Mithril and were trying to figure out how to mine it, because apparently it's quite dangerous to do. But the dwarves seem to think that the elves are still hiding something, so Doran's going with Elrond to Lindon to try and figure out what it is that elves are hiding. So that should be interesting. I don't actually think Elrond's aware of this thing that is being hidden. I think that's probably the guy, the engineer guy, that's maybe making them suspicious. I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong. I think that's probably pretty much it. But yeah, I'm just quite keen to jump into the next episode, I think. So I think that's what we'll do now. But obviously, if you've been enjoying the reaction so far, then please feel free to like the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, with that said, let's jump into The Rings of Power, Episode 5. It's going to be the hobbits, isn't it? Yeah.
My great thumb. My great thumb.
No, migration.
My great thumb.
The only trouble is there's 100 perils between here and there.
Perils?
Like a danger. Big folk, wolves, fog, rain, anything that'll kill you.
Kill.
Means to make something dead.
I in peril.
No, you're not a peril. You're good. Come on.
I'm good.
The tunnel is complete.
Summon the legions. It is time.
Our enemy vows to attack. In exchange for mercy, we have been ordered to abandon this tower and swear fealty to their commander. Who will stand with me? Who among you will stand and fight?
Stand and fight? You will die. I'll say this for our ancestors. They live!
Together we can survive this!
Follow me, and together we will!
Just annoys me. to happier things.
Ferry it out now.
Elendil. Elendil?
Father,
Isildur,
may we speak? Why wasn't I chosen for the expedition?
thought you were going west.
Not anymore. Not till I've done something worthy of Numenor.
And what is that? In your words.
Your visitors.
And where did the enemy head next?
Further south, I should think. Towards the watchtower of Ostith.
My thanks, Lord Halbrand. I'm certain your fellowship will prove just as invaluable once we make landfall.
I have no doubt, come time, he will do his part. I have just convinced Numenor to send 5 ships and 500 men to aid your people and place a crown upon your head. Many might assume you used me.
Find another head to crown.
I don't like it here.
It's okay, dear. It's just the trees.
Keep moving!
Oh god.
Wolves.
You nearly caused me heart to burst.
Malva.
We saw footprints.
In the mud.
Please, one at a time, please.
Wolves? Jesus. Ow.
Hold your ground, Untamor. Make your father proud. Canasta ielda asua peanta noti, mapatiene.
There are many ways to kill an orc, but for you, I will keep it strong and simple. Stab, twist, gut. We will see who can score flesh.
Anyone that does, I will promote to lieutenant.
Swordsmanship is about balance rather than strength. Fight with your feet, not your arms. Don't plant roots. Keep moving.
It's not too late to stop this. Your cousin may hold the scepter, but it's you the people follow.
You all but single-handedly prevented our last king from dragging us back to the old ways. Don't tell me you couldn't sway Miriel's mind now.
And what makes you think Miriel's mind and my own are not as one in this?
Because my father would sooner die than take orders from an elf.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us. I go to war for Numenor.
How could this be for Numenor?
Because the fucking Sauron will destroy the entire world?
Save the low men of Middle-earth. Lift them up and give them the king they've long awaited. A king who will be forever in our debt. Now contemplate, if you can, how that might benefit us.
The kingdom is in danger. I must.
Danger is past, Father. We are doing now what you always believed we must. We're restoring our connection with the elves. I'm going to Middle-earth.
Miriel, don't go to Middle-earth.
Can you believe it? Everyone's talking about what she did. Brought you some beeswax.
Oh, his arm.
Hey.
Khazad-dûm has been called the quietest of Dwarven kingdom. In recent months, your furnaces are said to be burning as bright as the eyes of Aule himself. To what do you credit this new invigoration?
I might task the same of Lyndon. Typically takes you people weeks just to decide to take a shit.
If I may.
Something going on here, obviously, but
I went to Khazad-dûm with a proposal of friendship, but in truth, you sought something far more tangible, didn't you?
Are you a power?
Mithril.
They say it seeped down the roots into the mountain depths, where for centuries now it has waited.
Durin was right.
Then you admit the dwarves did find it, the ore containing the light of the lost Silmaril.
I admit only this. I promised Durin never to reveal his people's secrets.
And what if keeping your promise to his people meant ensuring the doom of your own?
I swear to God, if everybody just said what they meant, things would be a lot less confusing.
We first took notice of it just prior to Galadriel's return. We hoped that by sending her away and so bringing an end to the last vestiges of war, we might arrest the decay. Our light is fading.
Did the dwarves find the ore or not? If the elves abandon Middle-earth now, the armies of darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
God.
You're only apologizing because you think, now that I've been promoted, I can get you on the expedition.
Can you?
I can't in good conscience state my name recommending you for a duty that you might well decide.
It will be different this time.
One day I hope it will be.
That's fair. So why is the sister so against elves then? I always felt like that family were kind of pro-elf. Oh, for God's sake.
Are you stowing away? Are you about to burn the boat? Get out of here this moment. I won't let anyone know I saw you.
Hand me the lantern.
Don't.
Shit, don't drop it. Oh God. Oh God. Absolute dickheads. Oh no!
Gather every hand! Hurry!
Oh, okay.
We sealed them. What happened?
He was in a fishing boat. A cask must have gone up.
A cask?
He saved my life. He could have just left, but he saved my life. Captain!
Looks like he might be going now, maybe?
This was clearly an attempt to kindle your doubts, Queen Regent. Do not let it. Our enemy grows stronger every day. We still have 3 ships.
What of Lord Halbrand?
He awaits our departure.
This council will reconvene at first light to make a final decision. See to it Lord Halbrand attends.
This mithril, it is our only salvation.
Elrond, I have tested it under every duress. Nothing diminishes its light. Yes, it very well could be.
Oh well, Rond.
I was wrong to use you. For that I am sorry. Tomorrow, the Queen will call you to audience. Your voice at that meeting may well decide whether this mission stands or falls. Help me.
I think I've helped you quite enough.
Stop fighting me.
And together let us fight them.
Not so long ago, men like me were fighting alongside them.
Men like you, not you yourself.
You don't know what I did. You don't know how I survived. No, we all survived. And when these people discover it, they will cast me out. So will you.
Sometimes to find the light, we must first touch the darkness.
That's what her brother said.
Who is it you lost?
My brother.
What happened to him?
He was killed by servants of Sauron. Is that enough for you?
You're asking me to go to the one place that I swore never to return. The least you can do is tell me why. Why do you keep fighting?
Because I cannot stop. The company I led mutinied against me. My closest friend conspired with the king to exile me, and each of them acted as they did because I believed they could no longer distinguish me from the evil I was fighting.
Lift your aim next time.
Why bother trying to teach me? All my life your kind has watched us. We're all about to be buried in this tower, so why be buried with us?
Because in counting the whispers and the knives, I've come to know the voices and the hands of those behind them.
Half of us just left.
But half stayed. Including you.
There's something you don't know.
I've seen this before. There's a key. Conjured by some forgotten craft of the enemy to enslave your ancestors. Our enemy knows your son has what he needs to enact it.
How long?
Maybe hours. We can survive this, Bronwyn. There is a way. There must be.
There is one.
No! Bow to the enemy, and you take away everything.
See, you were right to watch us.
So why don't you come out with it?
Because a burden shared may either be halved or doubled, depending on the heart that receives it. I have not been truthful with you, Durin. I did not come to Khazad-dûm for friendship, but ambition. I did not know it, but I came for Mithril.
Why?
Without it, my kind must either abandon these shores by spring or perish.
Perish? Perish how?
Our immortal souls will dwindle into nothing.
So the fate of the entire elven race is in my hands.
So it would appear.
Say that again.
The fate of the entire elven race is in your hands.
Whose hands?
Yours.
Brilliant.
Fetch your feathery shirts. Let's start walking. Don't thank me yet. Thank me after we find a way to convince my father.
Go on, you know you want to.
Lord Halbrand, the Queen Regent summons you.
That's more like it. Goosebumps again. The views in this show are so good, honestly. It just makes me want to move to Middle-earth, like, right now. Feels like another kind of episode of reveals in some ways. I mean, obviously not quite as big as the last episode, but obviously we now know what's going on with the elves, why they are so keen to find the Mithril. you know, that's kind of a bad situation for Elrond to be in. He's obviously given his oath to Durin and he's kind of stuck in the middle. I mean, luckily he did the sensible thing and was honest, rather than just kind of hiding it and, you know, it just gets really complicated then, I think. And Durin obviously took it really well and kind of agreed that, you know, he would try and help him, try and persuade his father, the king, to presumably sort of help the elves mine more of the mithril. So hopefully that will happen. Obviously Galadriel and Miriel came to an agreement in the last episode, and that is kind of moving forward in this one. There seems to be some resistance from some of the townsfolk, which I guess is kind of understandable just because the way things have been for the last however many generations it is, and people don't like change and whatever. And I'm glad that Halbrand actually decided to go along as well instead of just sulking in the blacksmith place, so that's good. No, but it was nice seeing Bronwyn's son and the elf actually talk and, you know, be civil to one another, because I think it was the first episode, the sons seemed to be quite anti-elf, which a lot of them were in that village, weren't they? So, you know, it's not just him, but it was nice to see him come around a bit and actually kind of talk to him and take some advice about shooting his arrows and stuff, so that was good. Obviously it wasn't so good that Bronwyn seems to have kind of given up because the orcs are approaching and everything looks a bit hopeless. I'm sure they're going to pull through or something's going to happen, but it's not looking good at the moment. But yeah, speaking of the orcs, obviously we saw a bit more of Sauron, and we saw the villagers that had left obviously sort of get to him, and we saw basically why you shouldn't follow Sauron, because he's just an absolute dick. Oh yeah, we did see the hobbits this time, and the stranger guy, he did save some of them because they were going through the forest and some wolves attacked, and he did this big kind of slam thing which kind of knocked them back and they ran off, which was brilliant. But it looked like he really hurt his arm in the process, so he was fixing that. He had his hand like in a pool of water, and it was like turning to ice, which I'm guessing is what he was doing to heal it. And Nori grabbed his arm and her hand started turning to ice as well, and I don't think he was actually aware that she was there, but he kind of did this force thing and she got knocked back and she ran off scared. Hopefully she knows he didn't mean it. But yeah, it looks like the next episode is potentially lining up to be sort of quite interesting, because obviously Galadriel, Miriel and Halbrand are on their way to Middle-earth. Presumably they're heading straight for the Southlands, which is obviously where Bronwyn and the elf guy are. So hopefully they can meet up and maybe help each other out. So I guess we shall have to see. But yeah, I'm probably forgetting some stuff, honestly, because I've got a notepad and I wrote one thing down. So I'm now forgetting to write the notepad, which is what I was supposed to do to remind me to remember things, but we'll see. I'm sure I'll get the hang of this. Anyway, obviously if you've enjoyed this reaction, feel free to like the video, leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel. And with that said, I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.